let's just hop right into it. With Corypheus dead and the threat of fate rifts and demons waning, both Erlay and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. Hi B, hi Adele. Yeah, I've had coffee and I took some ibuprofen. Hopefully it'll help. Ibuprofen is usually a killer on my gut. But, hey Halsey, thank you for the follow. But I was desperate, so took that ibuprofen anyway. So yeah, we'll get into that Exalted Council. The Exalted Council will be held at the Winter Palace outside Halam Sharal. Thanks to Divine Victoria's negotiation with the ambassadors, we are ready to depart at your convenience. I disabled most of my mods because most of them aren't compatible with Trespasser anyway, so. Alright, and I figured with the time skip, hey, they have new clothes anyway. So, whatever. Very nice, B. Tokyo Ghoul themed coffee. I might end up getting another cup of coffee sometime soon. Just for an added boost. Coffee always helps. Hey, we have sound. It's a miracle.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you.
His face.
Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
I mean, is that such a bad thing? My homegirl just wants to go home.
Inquisitor,
Yeah.
it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise du Lion, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Good job.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours. Your
Please
worship.
don't call me that.
I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help.
Yeah, right?
Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
You can probably just call her Leliana in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
Why not?
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria has proven adept at winning allies with both her intelligence
With
and her
respect.
faith. It is a blessing in these trying times. We are lucky to have her.
Okay,
I'll
bye.
speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, Your Worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Olay. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Yes, Your Worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras. For one, I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. Enjoy time with them while you can, Your Worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Thank you,
Seems
Mother Giselle.
about right.
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council, Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
I mean...
Corypheus is dead. We accomplished what we set out to do. If we're not needed any longer, and if it can be done peacefully, it may be time for the Inquisition to disband.
Thank you. Maker watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Oh, shit. Here we go again. What have we got going on? Where do we go? Hey, buddy.
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor! Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to see you.
And the Inquisitor comes to the rescue once again.
Is that what you call it?
This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount
Provisional Viscount.
of Kirkwall.
So why is he here with messages from the Merchants Guild?
I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Tethras has been elected Viscount.
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now.
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
So, it turns out you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
Said Sean Brand. They changed his face significantly. He doesn't even look like the same person.
I might need to sit down. You're the ruler of Kirkwall now, all of it.
That's not that big a deal. I have a really pointy crown that I wouldn't be caught dead wearing, but that's it. They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present.
What?
It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a Comtesse now.
What?
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. I also drafted an alliance with the new elf-led city council of Wycombe. So
Dun,
Clan
dun,
Lavelle has some
dun.
political muscle to flex now.
That needs to be reviewed by...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
What brought all this on? I'm pretty sure it's not Give Your Friends Lavish Titles Day.
Oh, what kind of Viscount would I be if I didn't abuse my position to give shit to my friends? I've got traditions to uphold. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council and a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
You should probably
You
have
can't
this.
give me the actual key that closes Kirkwall's harbor. That's absurd.
Finally, someone with sense.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any
Yes.
public buildings this time.
His posture. Don't any public buildings.
I'll be here if you need me.
Oh, was she? Who else can we talk to?
How's it been?
Somebody over here. Hey, you got a puppy?
You there! You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
You found a dog.
They don't breed Mabari in Olay. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
Tired of you? With that positive attitude and fetching ability?
He's not supposed to fetch it.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
I never expected you to make friends at a political council. How times have changed.
So they have. The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean.
True.
Whatever happens, our people, you, Liliana, Josephine, will have my support in whatever form you require.
If your support comes with that of your new friend, I'm sold. I know a useful ally when I see one.
You can help. Dodge this, and I'll find overpriced Orlesian dog treats before we go.
Me, that's so sweet. It makes sense, though. A reminder, The gazebo is available for festive occasions. Deposits are non-refundable in cases of flood, fire, or imperial whim. Book accordingly. Didn't recruit Vivian, so she is not in here.
Oh, yes.
What?
There must be something here.
That's right. Who just left that lying around? Just random dog treats.
Well met.
What else can protect you? Hello.
Dragons in the sky, the fighting has begun. Shadow versus light, and who will stand when it is done? Majesties and fright, destiny holds.
I was waiting for it to go.
Fashionably late. I thought
Hello,
you
Kitty.
weren't gonna show.
I'm late, and you decide to make the Winter Palace rubble.
Eh? Never liked it anyway. Too fancy. So tell me everything that happened while I was away.
Like, see.
And Geralf strolls up, hands filled with ripe squashes, and says, "Sir, I must report that it was an utter boondoggle." Maybe you had to be there.
Yes, probably lost something in the retelling.
Well, we can't all be Varric. Anyway, it's nice to be back. Though I'm not sure what to think of this council. The wardens will be missing me, but they aren't going to keep me away from a friend who might need my sword arm.
Me
Your aim is
next.
atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better?
I mean, it's not what I really do, but, you know. I'll try it.
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Always.
Glimmering, glittering, perfect cut, mask a maze of gemstones. She will think it pretty.
Excuse me, I might,
You're useful to have around, Cole.
He wants stones the color of his eyes. Happy, bright, beaming, being seen, not seeing. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs.
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Inquisitor, how good to see you here. I came to sit and pen another song.
Sweet songs, poignant pain plants joy that grows later. She can't see me. I help her help people.
I gathered.
You're smart and kind. You're worthy of true love.
Hello, Halam Sharar! The fire of Zither must be fueled by wine, ideally shared with adoring fans.
But not with him. You need somebody nice. Yes, better. He'll be gentle. So will you.
You're with the Chargers, are you not? I've seen you in the Skyhold Tavern where I sing.
Oh, yes. I love your songs. Sometimes I'd sit up on the chair to take a better look at your songs. The Chargers have their own song, if you'd like to hear it.
Good.
Nicely done, Cole.
Yes.
Cassandra seeks the truth and finds her warring blade cut so sublime. Royal hearts and devouring minds, varied charms with clever words, vendor of exotic goods, writer of salacious books, a rogue dwarf with ragged looks, soulless, mysterious elfin mage, mastered magic by his own hand, not a Dalish or a city elf, skeptic born into lovely land, Dorian rebuilt against countrymen, a mage from the Taverner Imperium, charming and suave and just slightly suspect. These are the early days we defend. And then the later ones came to the faith, the Sarah Hussein
The Golden Mug, an effervescent white Seleni wine with a dash of West Hill brandy and a splash of pomegranate juice, muddled with raspberries and a sprig of royal elf fruit. The hissing drink, a bold mix of cinnamon-infused whiskey, dark Lamarin rum, and Herold's lava burst, not for the faint of stomach or heart. Benediction, Prophet's Laurel Gin, served with a wedge of lime and a thimble of golden scythe. The Emerald Valley, made with the spirit distilled by Chantry Sisters in Leeds from over 70 herbs and that's a lot of herbs and flowers, topped by egg white foam dusted with nutmeg. That sounds disgusting. A Night of Shame, our sweetest Antivan port with a dash of chocolate bitters and a twist of orange, served in a flute of chilled Syralt glass. The Randy Dowager, rumored to have been concocted by the editor of Orlais, most scandalous. By the editor of Orlais, having her singing in my ears, messing up my speech. Rumored to have been concocted by the editor of Orlais' most scandalous periodical herself. A tall glass of abyssal peach liquor and fresh cream, garnished with with sugared rose petals, and served on a silk handkerchief with a scandalous couplet inked on it by the bartender. We got through it. Why'd they put a nug head on the wall? Also, it feels like that nug head is disproportionate to the other heads. Like, Bear is much bigger than a nug. Unless that was a really fucking big nug. Hello.
Inquisitor Herald. Glad to be back for whatever it is this lot have shoved up their sleeves. Just right up in there.
That's it? It's been some time.
Well, we don't know what's what, so what's there to go on about? It's Inquisition business, innit? That's all we are. Maybe sort out how they want to mess with us. Then there'll be something to talk about.
Yeah, well, what's this? Lost another book. Stop living them places. Below are journals and journal entries by Sarah. Also several sketches of Skyfold with impeccable cross-hatching. Moving again, less stuff, more things. People things. Tony Val somethings, name less stupid. Orlais. Last Jenny checked in, wasn't worried. A drawing of a gloved fist holding an odd symbol smashing against the face of a chevalier. The symbol is red and smells of strawberry. Traveling again, and again. Been here before, we're everywhere. Back to the Witch Palace, never good. Packed bees. But Varric, we're in trouble, scratched out. Varric won't take a suck of bed. In for 10 with Cullet. Everyone looks old and tired and fat. Find out who shrunk my skyhold clothes, scratched out. Piss. Don't say the Inquisitor's hand looks bad. It looks very bad. There's whittling in here, where there's no whittle. A drawing of Sarah and Dagna silhouetted by an exploding bees and exploding bees. Rooftop scene. Charges in the palace. No one would be sleeping. Rainier hugs harder than Blackwall, still beardy. Josie is best here. Cassandra needs to punch something, or she'll explode. Everyone. They never call in everyone. Liliana knows something. Knew it. Inquisition is in trouble.
Your Worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the Chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
What?
Wait, what?
It's for his birthday.
Do Canary even have birthdays?
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during Orlesian unification under the reign of Mafarath's son, Isarath.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into Tairnirs, governed by Tairns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls, and then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
It's like that image of the lady with all the mathematical equations.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
Just walk around her. Don't move, Meriden.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Sure you can. They must have that thing almost across the room by now, right? Ben Hasra. Remember?
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief!
Oh, you guys. You got me.
Good job, you did it.
Hey, boss.
Good talk. What's this? Net. I got stronger by rotating that painting. Collection of servants' notes on the guests attending the Winter Palace. Countess Davori wants a stateroom set aside from 3 to 5 in the afternoon for her daughter's harp practice. Has some windows on one side and a balcony. If she proposes a recital, refer her to the seneschal. Duke Perpone wants to entertain Ferelden relatives. A barrel of whiskey and 3 wheels of cheese to be delivered to his quarters this evening. Man Morton. His bed should be made up with linens, not silk. Sir Litstone complains an old wound in her left leg making itself felt. Move her to the ground floor. Lady Galatea, a duelist, has requested a sparring partner and a suitable practice ground. Lord Gilderay, to be woken at 8 by a maid on even days, a page boy on odd days, don't ask, with a fresh pitcher of water and 12 sprigs of lavender on a peach-colored towel, don't ask, carrying these items in silently without making eye contact with his lordship, placing them on a divan, clapping twice, then leaving without a word. Do not ask. Okay. Somebody has very specific tastes. Hey, Charter.
Well met, your worship.
Okay, that's all you had to say. Dorian in the last few years. Inquisitor, it was good to hear from you, my friend. For months I've had only the society of Maveris's fledgling Lucerni party, junior members of the Magisterium so filled with fire and zeal and so wildly inept at politics. May keeps a bucket of ice water on hand in case one accidentally immolates himself. Lest I give you the wrong impression, we are making progress, but it will take a great deal of skill to keep the Lucerni alive through the usual schedule of Minratha's scheming long enough to become a real political faction. Fortunately, they do have me. I'm sorry to hear that politics are plaguing you as well. Must be something going around, like a pestilence or an Orlesian fashion trend. Hopefully Josephine can diffuse the Ferelden outcry and persuade the Orlesians to stop circling you with a collar and leash. You know she did always love a challenge. I'll find an excuse to make a trip south soon. We should really catch up in person, don't you agree? Dorian. Conduct becoming the Inquisition. To all members of the Inquisition, it has come to my attention that I must remind everyone of the type of behavior expected from us during this Exalted Council. It is natural to wish to hold our heads high, but remember that we are guests of the Imperial Court. It is upon us to behave with good grace, propriety, and restraint. If you are unsure of how to address someone of gentle birth, my lord or my lady will suffice. If you are fearful that you have overstepped an unknown protocol, speak with your commanders. If they are not available, seek me out. Over-imbibing is strongly discouraged at all times. If you are steered into an argument about the Inquisition's politics, politely excuse yourself as quickly as possible. Please do not engage in these debates. If all else fails, trust sense and common courtesy to guide your actions. Sincerely, Lady Montelier. Charter's notes are in an encryption she developed with Liliana over the last couple of years. CM's intentions seem sincere. Agent in place at party tonight where CM is attending. VP left notes at drop as promised. Servant in green livery seen leaving guest wing at palace at odd hours. Possible tryst. Madame LV's second cousin is a bard in employ of Duke WM. Lord WG plans to meet Lady GD tonight. Neither of their spouses know. Lord RW plans to meet Lady SR tonight. Their spouses do know. Lord RW's wife encouraged RW to step out with SR so she could have some peace and quiet to herself. Iron Bull in the last few years. Thank you for sending the Chargers to assist in dealing with the demons attacking Monfort. Their assistance was most appreciated and many lives were saved. The Iron Bull and his Chargers have prevented another civil war from sweeping across Orlais with their efforts in Perrindale. The Iron Bull, in particular, defeated the would-be usurper in combat. We must protect the actions of the Bull's Chargers in Southreach. While the presence of demons and Templars corrupted by Red Lyrium is undisputed, the necessity of your dwarven miner collapsing the better part of a mountain on the enemy's forces was hardly necessary. The bull's chargers were of great assistance in driving back the demons that attacked the shores of Lake Calenhad. The elf who calls herself Dalish was particularly helpful, and I look forward to her promised explanation of how Dalish archery techniques can create walls of ice or dispel magical barriers. Excerpts from letters of thanks relating to the activities undertaken by Bull's chargers over the past 2 years. Hey, let's change our clothes. No, not beige. Let's go blue. That's better. Excuse me? Are we not going to say anything about that? That's just fine and dandy, I guess. Where are the dog treats? There they are. Give them to me. I must give the good boy treats. This tattered novel bills itself as a sweeping romance in the 8 Seas by Danelle Mithril. The cover shows a dark-skinned elf with long platinum hair hanging by one hand from the mast of his ship, a dagger in his teeth. A woman in an elaborate mask, low-cut dress, and almost as much hair as the elf gasps up from the base of the mast. The elf is glaring at a tanned and chiseled human pirate, grinning as his vessel pulls alongside the elf ship. For the first elven captain in the Antivan Navy, Kiel Zebulon's inaugural assignment was a routine trading mission down to Wycombe. Little did he know that the fiery amethyst Kuron, a passenger he picked up in the Free Marchers, was heir to an enormous fortune. A fortune Ravani pirate prince Elrado Hurricane would do anything to get his hands on. Unable to resist Amethyst's plea for help, Kiel found himself racing to get her back to Valroyo, even as the ferocious hurricane pursued them, and their passions ensured the 8 Seas would never be the same. There was a note scribbled on the inside cover in dainty handwriting. If found, please return to Lady Yvette Montilier. Oh, Lady Yvette. What's this? We're just looking at the countryside, and there's not a whole lot going on. It's just a whole lot of nothing. Okay. Hello?
Oh.
Oh?
Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
Should I leave and come back later so you can try again?
Always with clever suggestions. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit.
What's this about?
Inquisitor, I want you to know that I am your friend. I will always be your friend.
Oh, well, that's...
So I hope to give you sound advice on this momentous day. Do what is in your heart, my friend, no matter what anyone might tell you.
I really can't imagine what you mean.
I'm talking about marriage.
Marriage?
I can't imagine who it is. Macon knows you've kept it secret, but if marriage is... You're not proposing to anyone. I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
I don't know.
He said I was going to propose.
He mentioned a proposal. I suppose I filled in the blanks. Or he did this on purpose. That dwarf gets entirely too much joy from my discomfort.
I do appreciate what you were trying to say.
Being Inquisitor has brought you good things. Many good things. But only a few have been by your choice. Take what happiness you can from those and do not let them go. That is all I meant to say. Advice from a friend for the days to come.
It's good advice. You sweetheart, Cassandra. Who have I not talked to?
Why not?
There's nobody back here. Did I already go back here? No, I didn't. They're dog treats! I haven't talked to Josephine. I need to find her. I think she's up on one of the landings. Do, 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 do. Josephine! Where? Ah!
Why not?
You! What's over here? I'm snooping. Let me snoop. Are there any dog treats back here? No? Yeah? There are. Hello? We must give the good boy all the treats. Grand Enchanter Lothair Hardwain was the first leader of the Circle of Magi when it was founded in 120 Divine. After Hardwain distinguished himself in battle during the Second Blight, Emperor Dracon himself endorsed him for the position. From all accounts, the Grand Enchanter performed admirably, but some speculate Hardwain was second choice. The Dracon had another mage with connections to Inquisitor Meriden in mind for the job. Tellingly, these debates are based on a half-finished letter to an army captain and the guest list of a party where Meriden and the Emperor were in attendance. If any proof ever existed, it is likely dust. The idea's merits should be treated as such for scholarship's sake. From a short primer of Orlay's most excellent and inspiring history by Lord, I have no idea how to pronounce that, published in 935 Dragon. So that was 9 years ago. Josephine, are you up here? Yeah, B, it's weird. The marriage prompt was in a Solomance. But, I mean, Varric's a really good liar, so, you know. Oh, sweet, I got a crumpled silk napkin. What a score. Why am I not able to squeeze through there? Oh, I was. It's just like, you have to wiggle your mouse. Josephine in the last few years. Dear Inquisitor Llewellyn, Commander Cullen has reviewed the soldiers. I have written and received so many letters from the Orlesian court, our birds practically blot out the sun. We are as prepared for this Exalted Council as we will ever be. I know this past year has been full of formal meetings. Goodness knows I have attended many myself, but this one will truly test the alliances and friendships we have worked so hard to build. If I may offer you any advice, Inquisitor, it is this. Keep a ready smile, and remember we have their attention because we are to be reckoned with. Respectfully yours, Ambassador Montilier. Cole in the last few years. Inquisitor, I send this to you uncertain whether this comprises a joke, a test, or some form of magic. If it is the latter, I wish to state that I am deeply uncomfortable, but based on the results, I can hardly complain. Our work has never been more successful. I have no recollection of having written the following, but it is clearly in my hand. With signifiers in the language that make it clear I acted of my own volition when writing it. I assume that you will make more of it than I can. Yours, Charter. Sent to Inquisitor in Cole. Quarterly progress. Rescues, 6. Higher than expected. Targets hit, 4. 1 dead when wanted for interrogation. No prisons. Agent morale, strong. Some crying, all insisted they were good tears. Strong emotions, but unrelated to mission at hand, usually tied with some past trauma. Oddities, misplaced items, unexpected, often tied to emotional revelation among group. Concerned with hostile blood mage binding demons. Be angry. Wax on my fingers, bees drone behind me as the honeycomb crunches between my teeth. She was always proud of me. Why did I write this? Liliana in the last few years. Inquisitor, thank you so much for your kind inquiries. I am doing very well, although I have been quite busy. Selecting new staff for my apartments at the Grand Cathedral has taken me so much longer than I expected, and if you wouldn't mind, I would like to borrow Scout Harding for a few weeks to help me find more nugs. I cannot possibly hire anyone to a permanent position without first observing them in a room full of baby nugs, and all the litters I have on hand are nearly full grown. In any case, I will see you soon at Halam Shiral. Until then, Liliana.
It's been quite a day so far, has it not? I've been speaking with representatives from everywhere.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable.
Sure.
The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence, but the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Is this in your daily notes? 3 to 4 o'clock, idle chat with the Inquisitor.
Of course not. Not precisely. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
I do wish you'd warned me the game would take more work after Halam Shiral.
It's strange. Those were somehow simpler times. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out. I'd very much like to go with a friend.
Sure.
Why not? Josephine, I put myself in your capable hands.
Splendid. I will arrange things at once. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
Hell yeah.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
This was your idea of a restful evening?
Ah, wasn't it lovely? It's been so long since I've gone to the opera. But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
Sure.
That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Truly.
That part with the glittery, and they actually set fire to... Yes, I truly enjoyed it.
Then I call tonight a great success. Oh, look! The encore signal!
Shiny things, why not? And it'll make her happy if I say I liked it.
I do hope you recovered from your night at the opera. Any earringing should go away in a day or two.
Is there anything over here? I heard something, but I didn't see it. The door is barred. Anything up here? More dog treats? I hear you. What's this? Varric, you're everywhere. Let's go give a good doggo his treats.
Be careful, Inquisitor. We have a ways to go yet.
Yes, but how does the doggo feel about all those treats? This fountain was erected in commemoration of the end of the Civil War and the slaying of Corypheus by the Blessed Harold of Andraste, Inquisitor Sylvie Lavella, in the 42nd year of the Dragon Age. Of the song of its waters be his laughter, the cool of its stone be his memory is gone. Take this money. It's my money. Duke Cyril. Hello.
Ore is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar? But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet. Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old. It's good to see you, my friend.
You arrived ahead of me. I hope all's well.
It's everything I expected. We've been spared the burden of surprise. Orlais wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry meddles, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Pavis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Excellent.
Inquisitor, Duke Cyril Montfort, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of Chateau Haine. I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Ole wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us freely than be carved into pieces for the chessboard. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is the good we may do together I don't wish to lose. Whatever happens, Inquisitor, I wish you well.
Fair enough. Hello.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Of course not, Inquisitor. I was catching up with Redcliffe's Arl. He's here to represent Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
Blessedly quiet. The mayor conveys his greetings. Redcliffe remembers its savior.
I had hoped to steal a moment of the Divine's time.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
Many are frightened of the Inquisition's power, but I will do all I can to allay their fears.
When world powers want to discuss plans for the future, I get nervous.
Good. Someone should keep you on your toes. We don't want you to get bored, Inquisitor. I have much to do, but let me say this. I may no longer be your spy master, but I am always here if you require.
I hate the Divine's costume
I'm
so
glad you
much.
finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
The Inquisition has grown. I can see how its presence might cause concern.
Then you understand why we must demand a reduction of your military forces. A power without allegiance to either Ferelden or Orlais. Even I see neither of our countries can let it rest. I won't keep you longer. We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
Fair enough. Is there anything else up here? Any more doggo treats? Did I get everything?
Why not?
What's this? Yeah. Not reading your book, Barrick. Are they smooching?
Good day.
Such changeable weather this season.
Snoop everybody.
A while since so many gathered in this place.
How the hell did I get down? Over here.
And what did they need?
Where
All's well, it
is
seems.
Of course.
Doria?
This season.
Saw it out of the corner of my eye. Hello.
As the most eloquent dwarf you know, Sparkles...
speech! Speech! Way too much speech.
Varric, there's really no need.
What's going on?
Inquisitor! You're just in time. Sparkles, the Imperium doesn't deserve you, or want you. It may even kill you, but we'll miss you, if it counts. And you didn't know. Okay, folks. Time to take the party elsewhere.
Tama never wanted any. I swear.
Leave him.
It's true. When the Exalted Council has ended, I'm going back to Tevinter. For good, this time.
I get it.
Tevinter needs someone like you.
My father is dead. Assassinated, I believe. I received notice this morning. A perversely cheerful letter congratulating me on assuming his seat in the Magisterium. We only met a few times while I was home. He didn't say anything about keeping me as his heir. This ambassadorship, his doing, I'm told. He must have wanted me away when the trouble began. I have to go back.
I know it was complicated, but I'm sorry about your father.
Thank you. It still doesn't feel real.
So you'll truly be a Magister?
Oh, yes. I can't wait to degrade the Magisterium with my presence. A new outfit is required.
And then what?
I find my father's killers and kill them back. Then I find those giving Tevinter a bad name and kill them. They're most likely the same people, so that should make the job easier.
I wish you safe travels, and the best of luck.
Oh, I'll need it, thank you. Magisters are tricksy bastards. A present. A going-away present. It's a sending crystal. Amazing what friendship with the Inquisition gives you access to. If I get in over my head, or you're overwhelmed with sorrow for lack of my velvety voice... magic. What? You didn't think I would just leave and you'd never hear from me again, did you? You are my dearest friend. Perhaps my only friend. That will never change, no matter where we are. Now let's finish the good wine before the others get back.
Yes. Dorian.
It's been a while since we got out of these
Talked to everybody, didn't we? We talked to everybody. Because I remembered there was something else that she said. Did we get more treats? Damn. She's over here, right?
Make I'll be with you.
Hello. I'm in your grill.
Will you walk with me?
Yes.
The first time I came to the Winter Palace, I was only 18. I was dazzled. Such rich hangings, splendid marble columns, more golden lions than I could count. It's all still here, still bright, but I no longer see that same palace.
Everything changes. People, most of all.
Yes. Now all I see are hands rubbed raw to make gold gleam, tears shed in the night over silk embroidery. Others overlook them and forget their pain, but I am divine and I cannot be blind.
True.
They seek to tear the Inquisition down. You feel it, no? Fear.
Have we not made enough allies?
If friends were easily made and kept, we wouldn't need diplomacy. Our allies can be cordial to our faces and still dread the future. They are afraid of nothing so much as the hand that directs it all.
Mine.
Already your actions have begun to reshape Thedas. Your influence is felt everywhere. It was only a matter of time before they moved. I'm surprised it took this long. The Inquisition's time is coming to an end.
The Inquisition has done enough, more than enough. Maybe it's time for us to lay down our swords and go home.
We set out to restore peace, and now peace is upon us. You and I have come so far through the darkness together. It is time for us both to live in the light. But whatever you decide, I will be honored to stand beside you. I'll be right here if you need anything.
Okay.
Where is that servant?
Let's go. Glue. Yup.
Thank you, Your Holiness. Now, Artigan, as to your concerns...
The Inquisition established an armed presence in Ferelden territory. You outright seized Caer Bronach in Crestwood.
Yes, from bandits. Would you like us to give it back to them?
Your help was appreciated 2 years ago, Inquisitor. Now order has been restored, yet you remain. Invading under pretext of restoring order is exactly what the Grey Wardens did to us centuries ago, and we exiled them. Now the Inquisition is doing the same thing with Grey Wardens in their ranks.
Your concern is ill-founded. The Grey Wardens have proven their worth time and again.
Of course Orlais tolerates this interference. Without the Inquisition, Celine would have neither her throne nor her elven... Marquise.
Rest assured, Tegan, the Empire of Orlais will not stand idle if the Inquisition oversteps its bounds. Unlike Ferelden, however, Orlais understands that these were the well-intentioned mistakes of a young organization.
An organization in need of a guiding hand. Yours, no doubt.
Pardon me, Inquisitor. Divine Victoria wishes to speak with you in private.
The Divine Victoria? Who is sitting just up there?
Yes, and who was once your spy master. It's a pressing matter, your worship.
My apologies. An urgent matter has come to my attention. Ambassador Montelier, can you handle this for a short while?
Of course, Inquisitor.
This is highly irregular.
Perhaps it would be best if we took a short recess. The guard said we should both see this. I believe she was correct.
Uh-oh.
A Canary warrior in full armor. How did he get into the Winter Palace?
Would the Iron Bull know anything about this?
I asked, and he is as surprised as we are. Since becoming Talvashov, he has had no contact with his people. He seems frustrated at not knowing more.
So, what would the left hand of the Divine see when she looked at this?
This is a warrior, not a spy. Part of the Antam, the Kenari military. Most of his wounds come from a fight against someone using magic, but at least a few are from a blade. He was badly hurt, separated from his allies, and made it here before he died. But how?
Deadly mysteries at the Winter Palace. Throw in a Hulla statue and some Caprice coins, and it's just like old times. Can Josephine manage the diplomats while I look around?
She will be fine. It's all speeches and posturing for the first few days anyway. I will extend the recess as long as possible. I will also have our friends ready themselves for battle if need be.
You think that's likely?
I think the Exalted Council may be more exciting than we expected.
What a mess. What's all this shit? Cullen in the last few years. Cullen. Word has spread from Denerim about the summit of the Inquisition will attend. The news is half rumors, but with the representatives they say are going, it's clearly serious, and the details are probably not something you can put down in a letter. I will, however, look forward to more glowing descriptions about how much you love Orlesian parties. Branson's here. His son insists I add "hello, Chloe" to this letter. He also insists it be "hello" and not "hello." Your nephew is stubborn. How very familiar. Love, Mia. Cassandra in the last few years. Inquisitor, I am writing to you from the Hunterhorn Mountains, where I was successful in tracking down Seeker Embry. She was more shocked than most to hear of Lord Seeker Lucius's betrayal, as he was her mentor when she was just an initiate. But she is eager to help her build, and she has heard of a few other Seekers who might have been sent to Remain. I still do not know how many of us yet remain, how many Lucius killed, but I know that we are recovering, and I know that we will be better this time. I confess, I look forward to returning to Orlais next month. Once I would have thought that impossible. Orlais was little more than the land of frustrating politics, excessive ornamentation, and responsibilities I did not want. But now that friends wait for me there, it is almost a home. Cassandra. Oh, shit. Varric in the last few years. Inquisitor, greetings and salutations from beautiful Kirkwall. The sun is shining, the seabirds are screeching, and almost nothing in Hightown has fallen into a sinkhole and ended up in the sewers in over a month. The Red Lyrium cleanup in the gallows is going better than expected. Nobody misses having Meredith fused to the flagstones, eerily glaring at everyone. The city guard celebrated finally getting her out of there by holding a completely impromptu parade. Several Lowtown residents composed a song on the spot with lyrics to the effect of "Thank the Maker, the Craze-Cursed Templar is gone," which was remarkably catchy, despite, or maybe because of the fact that it was mostly just swearing in tune. Even with all this stellar progress, it looks like I'm stuck here. Channels in the harbor were completely changed by falling debris a few years back, which led to a lot of ships getting wrecked, coming and going, which only made things worse. And then we had rifts open and weird glowing fade rocks appeared out there. Incidentally, thanks for closing the rifts. Now the only hope for repairing the harbor is to send guys with pickaxes to clear the rocks. Try to hire miners who are also divers, Inquisitor. There aren't many, and even fewer are happy mining glowing shit from the fade. This is going to take a lot of my coin to fix. Stop by the city sometime. We'll get in a game of Wicked Grace. Please. This Viscount shit is boring me to death. Varric. What a mess. Where are we going?
It looks like he came down over the railing.
Climb it. Climb it. This one too. Broke it. Broke all this shit. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna take this. It's fine. Why
An active illuvian.
Door?
If I'm going through it, I'm not going alone.
Or am I? Who am I gonna take? Gonna take Dorian. Ball. And we'll take Cole. Sure.
This is the Crossroads. Morrigan brought me here while showing me the alluvians. I'd forgotten all the colors.
Everything looks grey and murky to me.
I wonder if it somehow looks different to elves.
That is interesting. When I played with my last Inquisitor, it was just all gray and murky, but it's actually pretty to her.
Judging by the bloodstains, he tried to get through here.
What's wrong? That one doesn't like you?
This mirror doesn't look broken, but it's inactive. Maybe there's a way to unlock it.
Yeah, like, there weren't these trees, and, like, there weren't these pretty colors in the sky with my human Inquisitor. And there weren't all these, like, vines and stuff.
Right. Let's see where this guy came from.
It all looked sort of gray and dead.
Elven ruins. I'm not sure we're even in Orlais anymore.
Where are we going?
Another Kunari, dressed like the one in the Winter Palace.
He's Karashok, a foot soldier. Must have been in the same squad. Oh, this is gonna be fun. The old team together again to kick some ass.
Kicking doesn't work as well as daggers, the Iron Bull.
I missed you too, Cole.
Kicking doesn't work as well as daggers. Now it wants us to go forward. What's back here? Didn't go quickly enough. Now bury your back. Fuck the trip.
scorch marks everywhere. This is the work of a mage.
A powerful one. I can still feel the heat crackling.
We need to find out why these Kunari were here and who did this to them.
Doesn't look good. Last time I played with a Kunari. It's very different. I wonder if...
Kunari. If we want to know why they're here, we've got to get across to that island.
I wonder if each different race sees something a little bit different, or if it's just see one thing and then everybody else sees something else. A broken statue sits atop a stone. Well, let's go. Hello. Please don't hurt me.
The elves found a spirit here. It feels old. Very old.
What does it want?
Shouldn't I be able to understand that?
I think I know what to say. Milana de Thabarin. Rivas vir Anaris.
Yes, good.
It was part of a ritual. A secret greeting from those Fen'Harel trusted. If Mithal's Well of Sorrows knew this, were they close? Friends or... I'm not sure.
Dun, dun, dun.
Did the Kunari live here?
These Kunari were running when they died. Let's find where this battle began.
This unsigned note is written in half Kunlot, half in the common tongue. The lettering on the Kunlot looks shaky. 10 more in today. No one saw me. If more instructions, please use second drop point. More people on the ground soon, and it has better cover.
A letter by the Kunari. Why are they translating it into our language?
Good question. Wolfswell. A wash of powerful magic carries an impression of welcome. Images flash by. Elven slaves fleeing to this place in ancient times, greeted by others who then tend their wounds. Words are not so much heard as felt. Fen'Harel bids you welcome. Rest, knowing the Dread Wolf guards you and his people guard this valley. In this place you are free, and trusting us, you will never be bound again. Excuse me? A little spider just swung by on a web. Swung by my face. Little. Oh, okay. You can just hang out over there. I guess. Okay.
Like Veilfire. It claimed this was a refuge for elven slaves.
Cowering, cringing, blinking in the light, then cool hands, kind voices. Sleep now, you're safe.
This whole valley was a sanctuary created by the dreadwolf Fen'Harel. This doesn't make sense. In Dalish legends, Fen'Harel is our god of misfortune.
Bringing Paul was a good decision. Leveled up. What can we do? More fire. Saved. I have not. All right. I had a feeling in my... I've only played through Trespasser twice before. And I don't think I have brought him most of the time. But I just had a feeling that he would have more insights.
That illuvian only took us a short distance. That's the same lake we saw from the other tower.
Good for moving around a city, visiting friends, deploying guards.
It's quite a view.
Cuts all over the back. He was killed by surprise.
This can't have happened too long ago. The blood's not even dry.
Is there something over here? Or does it just loop around? What's this? This isn't anything. It looks like a sock and a book. But it's not anything. What's up there? I have to drop down. Hello.
Here we go again. What a change of pace from the Winter Palace. A clear sky.
Where even are you?
View and yes, fields and fields of stripweed as far as the eye can see.
Stripweed.
Terrible stuff. Looks like grass, stings like a knife, and causes sores if you so much as brush against it.
Where are you?
So, of course, everyone in Manrathus insists it makes a very decent tea.
You are invisible. I mean, I know you're wearing the Ring of Doubt, but you are literally invisible. I did it. Get back up here, everybody. Where we go? A wash of powerful magic carries a pang of hope. Images flash by a man, wolfskin, standing with a group of freed slaves, clasping one's arm in friendship. Words are not so much heard as felt. Fenrirel has been falsely named a god, but is as mortal as any of you. He takes no divine mantle and asks that none be bestowed upon him. He leads only those who would help willingly. Let none be holden but by choice.
This is Fenrirel helping former slaves as a mortal, not a god.
Kinda curious that this guy had to specify he wasn't a god.
Worship makes you more. He just wanted to help.
Fenrirel sounds like quite the rebel. The old elven gods must have simply loved that.
Vocabulary. A wash of powerful magic carries a sensation of bitter fury. Images flash by, elven mages enslaving tens of thousands, making arrogant proclamations of godhood. Words are not so much heard as felt. The gods are Evanuris, claim divinity, yet they are not immortals, powerful in magic who can die as you can. In this place, we teach those who join us to unravel their lies.
This claims the elven gods were just Evanuris, powerful, but completely mortal mages.
Whoever ran this place was trying to rebuild the slaves' confidence. Get rid of old propaganda.
If that's true, Fenrirel was teaching these freed slaves the truth about these false gods.
The anchor now automatically generates focus over time. Discharge the accumulated focus by using the new ability in the battle menu where the mount used to be, or by pressing the assigned key by default, the equals. Discharging the anchor makes your party briefly invulnerable. The anchor also glows brightly for a short time, lighting dark areas and revealing objects hidden there.
Are you hurt?
It felt like the anchor stung me. This looks like it fits into that pedestal by the broken bridge.
It's dark. Light it up. Even if it hurts.
This is creepy.
Good. Is it back there that we need to go? Where are we going? I can't remember. I am forever hopelessly lost. Hopelessly lost. What do you mean a supply cache? I have not used a single potion.
Bashidan! The Inquisition doesn't leave alive.
Oh yeah? You think so? Why is there a holla here? All of you getting glued up. Would you kindly settle down? I tried to put my barrier up. Stop shooting! I stopped pressing the button. Any info? Fala. Would you like to be pulled into the abyss? Excuse me, where did you come from? Get out of my bubble. Excuse me? Boo? Where did you go down? That's not it. Why did it not? get up there?
Why did those Kunari attack the Inquisition on sight?
No idea. They weren't Talvashoth, though. This might be a rogue group, but they think they're following the Qun.
Do you want your Inquisitor to find out beforehand the secret at the end? We're just gonna kind of play it by ear. Anything over here? No. What on earth is that? The Dreadwolf keeps its gaze on the one light that illuminates the way forward. What?
What's this?
A wash of powerful magic carries a sensation of determination. Images flash by, former slaves in ranks with Fenharel, armed and strong. Their skin is clear, their face tattoos, the elven Balaslin, are gone. Words are not so much heard as felt. The brand of the Evanuris can be lifted from you, that all may know you oppose their cruelties. None here are slaves. All are under our protection. All may choose to fight.
Hidden weapons. These freed slaves actually fought back against the Evanuris posing as gods.
Interesting word, Evanuris. If all it means is mage leader, well, they were basically magisters.
True. That's a lot of gold. Oh, hey. Yeah, get away from me. Why are you all so close to me? desire your presence in my life. Desire you to keep the foot. Get the foot. The wig. Hey Dory, you like a barrier? I like it. I like me a good barrier. Hey, hey, stop. Why they're not fighting? Now, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just kind of weird that it's happening. Sleepy boy. That's cold as burn. You know, Cole, you could fight them. Any of you could fight them. You don't have to just leave them alone while they're asleep. You can actually fight them. It is within your capabilities. In fact, it's preferable. This letter is written in both Kunlun and Common Tongue. I have read your reports. Station your people in the abandoned elven towers by the lake. It is a short distance from its entrance to the mirror that connects to Halam Sharal. We will need the space to lodge our people after infiltration is complete. There is a map of the Crossroads at the bottom, with an arrow from the Elven Ruins Alluvium to the Alluvium that leads to the Winter Palace.
This letter says the Kunari came to these ruins because the Alluvians connect to Halam Sharal.
So they're aiming for the Winter Palace.
It was some sort of infiltration. There's no more details.
This is crazy. They're acting like we're at war.
Are they?
I don't know, boss. I wish I did.
This gore-splattered letter was written in both Kunlun and the Common Tongue. 2 hours ago, an unknown intruder penetrated our defenses, masked and cloaked, a mage. Used magic to awaken spirits and turn them against us. Intruder moved as if they knew this place, fled after spirits awoke. Dozens dead. Spirits keep attacking. Engagement not Redka. The rest of the letter is illegible. Blood is still wet.
A note about an unknown intruder coming through an alluvion. They turned spirits against us, then fled.
It must be a mage. They killed any Kunari in the way and let the spirits do the rest.
Two parties then. The Kunari and a mystery agent determined to stop them. Come on, we have to warn people about the Kunari's designs on the Winter Palace.
Gets to get.
One dead Canary was bad enough. Now we have more, and they're hostile.
This makes no sense. The Canary may not be friendly to the Inquisition, but they have no reason to attack us.
They also have no reason to be here, or using illuvians at all.
I've had the mirror placed under guard for now, Your Holiness.
Cullen, please just call me Liliana.
Yes, Your... Liliana.
Yo, Liliana.
I just wanted the Exalted Council to go smoothly.
We must ensure that the Kunari do not disrupt the negotiations. The Exalted Council is in a very delicate state.
I'm certain you can soothe the nobles' ruffled feathers while we solve the real problem.
Not when the Inquisitor insults everyone present by walking out in the middle of the talks. Our only advantage is that Orlais and Ferelden are divided in goal and grievance. If they unite against us, Divine Victoria will have no choice but to support their claims. We could lose everything.
Be that as it may, the Kunari must be our top priority. We can worry about the politics later.
My apologies. I will attend to the Exalted Council.
And while Josie does that, we will investigate.
We, Your Holiness?
You do, Josie?
I'll head back to the Crossroads. We need to find out what the Kunari are doing and why they attacked.
And I'll have a quiet word with our honor guard.
You guys are the easiest place.
Let's talk to everybody again. See if anybody has anything else to say.
Tell me, these strange spaces past the Alluvians, are they safe to explore?
Probably not.
Probably not. We know nothing about how their magic works.
I think in this case, I would have preferred a polite fiction.
I'm sorry.
So much in the calm of these past years. I wish you did not have to imperil yourself for us. Again.
I don't like to worry you, but thank you, Josephine.
You're most welcome. Tell me if there's anything I can do to help. I will do what I can here. Once the Canary are dealt with, brace yourself. The Council is just as relentless. It is good to see you.
What a mess. That should be the title of Barrick's book. What a mess. The Inquisitor Llewellyn story.
Everything going all right so far?
No.
Any word from Hawk?
I got a message from, well, best not to name an entire chain of smuggling syndicates in polite company. Anyway, Weishaupt is apparently the special kind of mess that only appears when Hawk shows up. I'm not entirely sure how it'll all play out, but my money's on Hawk walking away from the Warden's fortress as it explodes.
I'm surprised no one from the Council of Heralds wants your autograph.
You just missed them. Duke Cyril keeps asking me for spoilers for my next book.
I don't understand how you just become a Viscount.
When the ruler of a Marcher state dies and there's no heir, the nobles of the city pick a new ruler. Only none of Kirkwall's nobles actually want the throne. Most of them think it's cursed, actually. They can't leave it empty, though, or some other state like Starkhaven or Ansburg will probably invade. I complained about the empty office when it interfered with my reconstruction efforts. They took that as volunteering.
So, Bran used to be Viscount, and now he just follows you around?
Provisional Viscount.
Pretty much.
With a permanent appointee, finally, in the Viscount's office, I am free to return to my post as Seneschal.
He means my true calling is arrogantly telling people they can't talk to the Viscount. He's good at it, too.
We'll talk more another time.
I'll be here if you need me.
was the same boy. His mother on the ship, his father in their homeland. He grew up lonely. Or didn't. She killed the girl to save herself. She thinks about the eyes going black. A weapon is an order, not a gift. It always had a soul. The question is the answer.
Scout lays Harding, swift and...
The guardian spirit stayed, not bound, but biding, because he asked. He knows how to speak, so spirits listen. Rainier, Rainier, Rainier. It still hurts, but you helped make it better. He can mend it now.
Scout lays Harding, swift and cunning, her arrows cut
This song is great.
down to size. Scout lays Harding, taught about hunting, laughs a light will flee your eyes. Born of the ground, loyal and sound, Inquisition bound. Scout lays Harding, battles calling, Inquisition's bloody prize. Scout lays Harding, smile at warning, smack at fear, and laugh in their eyes. Born of the ground, loyal and sound, Inquisition bound. Scout lays Harding, without warning, makes men fall like tarnished crowns. What can be said to all who have fled? The dwarf with a freckled face. But all who remained to stand in her way met with her arrow's fate. Scout lays Harding, swift and cunning, her arrows cut you down to size.
Your hand hurts. A heartbeat, not yours, hammering the beat of a song in its final verse. I'm sorry.
Me too.
When this is done, I will slip back safely, a spirit. Someone is hurting. He needs me to remember who he is. Barefaced but free, frolicking, fighting, fierce. He wants to give wisdom, not orders. Sometimes the cow takes your gold. If you leave and come back, the chest gives you another. That's how we know too much. They made bodies from the earth, and the earth was afraid. It fought back, but they made it forget. He broke the dreams to stop the old dreams from waking. The wolf chews its leg off to escape the trap. Her name is different now. Victoria. The old name slips away further each time. She's glad you're here. Hello.
You're a good egg.
Hello, and shh. I'm trying to figure out why everyone is acting so weird. I mean, besides because Canary assassins and everything. You see it, right? There's something going with the elf servants. Makes sense after that ruin, right?
It's been a couple of years. How's everything sitting with you?
It's weird meeting back up and seeing everyone get their grey. First time I've been anywhere long enough to get fond of things. Leliana's friendly when she wants to be. My people sometimes do things for her, like I do for you. All that blood and thunder just so everyone can live well and our once around. Good lesson, I suppose, if there had to be one.
When you start going on about elves, it's hard to tell if it's about them or you.
Yes, you're ever so clever. Arse. Point is, the servants have no complaints. No asking for a Jenny. They serve this lot, but don't want them done for anything.
So, the nobles are nice, and the servants are happy?
Two things that have never been true. Mark that I said it. We're fighting Canary, but something else is on the up.
I suppose you've a lot to say about that elven ruin. About the creators.
They're not even demons, just big magey knobs punching down. And yes, the shits who use them to make me feel broken can still eat it. But always waiting for that fight is way too much work. It's like doing half the hurt for them. Maybe we're old now, but I'm tired of it. We've new fights to look forward to. We always do, seems like.
I love how she says, maybe we're old now, but, like, 2 years prior, she was talking about how she was just a little girl playing with painted boxes during the Blight, which was 10 years before that. So, in this time, she's like maybe 22 to 25-ish, probably. We're old now. We're all old.
Yeah?
Is this still the same? Elfluvian's ruins. Ruins can get off. Cunari and Elfie things make sense. Things. Oh, and also, Dorian leaving again. Didn't cry. That's what he wants. Elfie gods aren't even demons. Weird or worse. Someone tell the servants, they seem off. A drawing of the last mural from the ruins, unfinished, not by Hurt to keep. There are many empty pages, and then one that is dog-eared. When wonder we where wanders whittle. Words. The outline of a sketch of Dagna smiling. This one is taking some time.
So, you and the bard. You know most bards are spies, right?
You were a spy, Chief.
Look, I just don't want you to get burned.
Don't say it.
Because then you'd be creme brulee. Creme brulee.
Graham, I understand you and Meriden are seeing each other.
Yes, Your Worship. I mean, we've just started, so...
Oh, come on. Get in there. Show her what you can do.
Get in there.
Listen, Chief, there's this thing you may not have learned growing up Canary and all.
Hey, I'm great at foreplay.
That's good to know, Bro.
I didn't mean foreplay, I meant courtship.
Oh, well, that's a waste of time. You were good, though, right? You need me to talk to her about... things?
No! No. Thanks, though. We're good.
The Chargers have been with the Inquisition for a while now. Is everyone still happy?
No complaints, Your Worship. The Inquisition's been good to us. We'd disband and join the Inquisition officially, but the Chief gets this sad dog look when we suggest it.
The loyalty is touching, Creme.
I love Creme.
Anytime, boss.
Creme's the best. So is Ball. Cassandra! Hello!
How did Varric, of all people, become the Viscount of Kirkwall? A mystery for the ages.
Fuck if I know.
So what do you think of the Chantry?
You ask me just to poke at me and see if I react, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Most Holi's reforms are interesting, to say the least. I hope they last once Liliana is gone. Regardless of what I think, it could have been far worse. You and I both remember the dark times we faced. Sadly, others have far shorter memories.
I hear you've been rebuilding the Seekers.
Slowly, but yes. I managed to find a few of my former comrades who'd scattered to the winds. Some of them were unsuitable, and I did not ask them to return. Others felt as I did, once they read the Lord Seeker's tome. We've since recruited a few candidates who are going through training now, with full disclosure. What comes after this, I cannot be certain. I'm making it up as I go along.
Sounds familiar.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
What do you think of the Exalted Council?
They are frightened of your power, and there is no longer a hole in the sky to remind them that it was needed.
They might be right.
Do not say that near them unless you want to give them the scent of blood. Even so, I would wait and see where this leads. Calmer heads may yet prevail.
When has that ever been the case?
I'm an optimist. Just ask Varric.
I'll see you later.
Farewell.
You have any updates?
Well met, your worship.
Now? We have contained news of the Kunari corpse found in West Plaza. A few servants saw the bloodstains, but we quickly spread misinformation about infighting between Orlesian nobles. So far as Palace Rumor is concerned, whoever was hurt or killed was a casualty of the game, not an outside player. What's this? Oh, I'm so strong. What are you humming? There's a medal here. Hate jumping puzzles. Fuck that. Blackwell. Hello.
I've been meaning to ask. Solus hasn't come back. Sent word? Anything?
I've heard nothing. He's gone.
Ah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What is it like, being a warden now?
Things are in upheaval. There have been heated arguments about the future of the Order. I wouldn't be surprised if we tore ourselves apart.
It's nice to have everyone back in the same place again.
I have to admit I missed it. What does it mean when we need a huge diplomatic talk or the world ending just to bring us together?
We
I
busy.
got a chance to have a few drinks with Sarah. Miss that girl. It's still a little awkward talking to Cassandra, but the commander appears to have forgiven me. Finally.
What do you think's going to happen at the Exalted Council?
Maker, I have no idea. Politics always makes my head spin.
See?
The Inquisition shouldn't have to give in whenever some prissy noble gets their knickers wedged somewhere.
Until later.
Take care.
Some stuff in my inventory. But yeah. This. I have so much stuff. I have so much stuff, I didn't realize my inventory was so full. A dog treat? Why are you going the opposite way without telling me? No, no, no. But, dog treat. Hello. You say nothing. What's this? Notes carried back and forth by runners, covered in different handwriting. What do you say, gentlemen? 3 days before the Inquisition sees sense and aligns itself with our lay? Properly this time. Nonsense, Marcel. Ferelden is here for blood. A day before they either demand it outright or threaten war on us if they don't get it. Hell. The Divine will intercede. She must. Victoria and the Inquisition are too closely connected in everyone's eyes for her not to interfere. A. You have great confidence in the Chantry, Elaine. M. 1,000 royals worth of confidence from each of you if the Divine settles the fate of the Inquisition. A. Done! 1,000 from each of you once the Inquisition cedes sovereignty to Orlais and the Council of Heralds. M. You too will beggar me. L. Leonard, are you out? M. Don't be ridiculous. 1,000 royals on the Feraldens getting their way after all. L. These idiots. I don't need it. Let's go give a good boy a treat. After I look at what this is. There's another one. We'll give 2 treats. DA4 Blight with wardens at all odds with each other, calling it. Maybe. Find out. Skin like gauze across the sky. I sigh and fall in evening's lakes, pools of which deep as your eyes, and eyes of which pierce like wakes, drakes, heartaches, cakes. Maker, I hope my lady's patient. The fuck is a cravat? I feel like I've heard that word before, but I don't remember what it is. Hello.
Quite the party, wasn't it? I hear it left the Orlesians and Fereldans completely aghast. Andraste's herald, the Inquisitor, toasting a Tevinter Magister. Not a bad scandal to leave on.
What did you do in Tevinter while you were away?
I went home. Twice. The father was only there once. Mother was drunk both times. I also went to Carinus to see my good friend Maeveris. Then I settled some of Alexis's affairs. That wasn't fun.
What is this ambassadorship about exactly?
I believe my father set it up, but the Imperium certainly didn't object. They'd love for the Inquisition to fall apart, so they're happy if it seems they consider this council a waste of time.
That makes no sense.
No? If Dread Tevinter actually pushed for the Inquisition's end, everyone else would disagree on principle. So they send a nobody pariah and hope for the best. Makes perfect sense to me.
Any thoughts about the Exalted Council?
A few. Divine Victoria needs a new tailor for one. From the paintings of Liliana in that enormous robe, you'd think she was pregnant. Could cause a delicious scandal. As for this whole Exalted Council business, well, I warned you once that no one would thank you for saving the world. Sadly, I'm always right. So long as the Inquisition's around to remind them they're not really in charge, they'll never sleep comfortably. Whether they have the guts to take action, I suppose we'll see.
Another time.
I look forward to it.
Where's the dog? Bee! Yes, good boy. Oh my goodness. Crucial of the golden ebon queen. Chance to inflict bees.
there something you needed?
Have you had a chance to speak with Leliana? Away from work, I mean.
Some, yes. Liliana has kept in contact, unofficially of course, but it's good to see her again. Arguing with her in person is far more satisfying.
Man, that, Vigil, it reminds me that, in the D&D game that I play, our druid has a spell that she flavors as being a swarm of bees. And the druid is a warforge, which is basically a robot. And so she keeps the bees inside of her chest cavity and just lets the bees out to go sting the enemies whenever we're in battle. It's hilarious.
Is there anything I should know?
We were permitted soldiers here. Our every move is watched. Some things never change.
True.
Is there any news from Ferelden? How is your family?
My sister Mia keeps me informed. As I understand, she's training my nephew to best me at chess.
Sometimes I miss the people I knew before Haven. We get so busy. It's easy for time to slip by.
Perhaps. I'm not sure I regret that. There's still some time before these years balance those best forgotten.
Do you remember the first time we came to the Winter Palace?
All too well. I've already answered a half-dozen questions about my personal life. The reason we're here is because we made a difference. That's worth enduring the political small talk.
I should go.
Inquisitor?
That sounds fun, Bee. I only got to play a druid once, and I died after, like, 4 sessions. It didn't last long. Notes carried back and forth by runners, covered in different handwriting. Have you seen Ambassador Montelier trying to cool everyone's tempers after the Inquisitor ran out of the Exalted Council? M. The gall. Felon had some nerve. L. Have you noticed the runners at the Divine's quarters? Everyone is commanding the Most Holy. Address the affront. A. If anything, the Inquisitor's actions strengthen Ferelden's position. Arl Tegan is fuming. L. Lord Cyril won't let him push. This is as good as sealed, my friends. M. We'll see. A.
Divine Victoria?
Please don't. It would be nice to just be Liliana again for a few days.
Oh, of course. Forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive. I just want it to be like old times.
Tell me about your nugs. Did you get any new ones?
Oh yes! A litter was born just a month ago. We are weaning them right now. If you are hoping for one, I'm afraid they're already spoken for.
Darn.
Do you miss being our spy master?
I think I miss the people more than the work. Josie, Cullen, I didn't notice how much I liked having them near until they weren't. We write, of course, but it's not the same.
Have your agents any news I should hear about?
Are you hoping for word on Solus? I'm sorry, Inquisitor. I'm afraid I have nothing, just rumors of sightings that cannot be verified. He's familiar with my methods and seems always one step ahead of me. It is tiring.
Perhaps later, Leliana.
Thanks
I'll be right here
anyway.
if you need anything.
Talk to anybody up here? Can I talk to Lord Cyril and them again? They have anything else to say? Probably not. Did I talk to everybody? This unsigned note is creased as if it had been secreted away in someone's pocket. Dearest Jay, I agree it is surprising that the Fereldans come as equals knows, but the Exalted Council is in the heart of southern Orlais. That cannot be lost on our neighbors. Empress Celine came out for the first ceremonies, then retired into her chambers for the rest of the talks. A day later, Marquis Briala came visiting on important matters of state. Suffice to say, I do not think we will see them at the council. Celine and the rabbit cavort like lovers half their age. Of course, the foolish assume our empress is so distracted that they might safely overreach themselves, an idea even more disastrous than the new carpeting in the north wing. The shade of lime, really. I can't decide if this rug is ugly or pretty.
I'm parched. Where is that servant?
No. Where is it? To our honored friend, Arltiga, thank you for attending this Exalted Council. We trust you implicitly with Ferelden's wishes and to fight for the security of our borders. Messengers will be dispatched daily so that you are not cut off from us as you undertake this duty. May it be with you, King Alistair and Queen Honora of Ferelden. Well, I guess that's why they didn't come. Answers your question from earlier, B. A postscript has been scribbled faintly at the bottom of the page. Good luck, Uncle. If there's anyone I'd rather have there than me, it's you. Or anyone else, really, but thanks for braving the lion. Anchorage Helfer, a diverse catalog of treasures, billing itself as the most distinguished retailer of fine goods and novelties to the rich since 786 Storm. This booklet is filled with woodcuts of strange trinkets, the world's best articulated Everett back scratcher, complicated devices, the only triple-decker carriage from Orzammar designed wheel locks for smoother braking, and specialty items. Be the first to enjoy the amazing cooling properties of drakeskin lining in one's evening mask. My asshole warden forced tricked bamboozled Alistair into getting married to Honora. He initially proposed the concept, and Alistair's like, no. And then later my warden's just like, in front of all the nobles, just like, so like, if Honora and Alistair got married, it would be, you know, good politics if everybody wins. And Alistair was like, what have you done? And I was just like, shrugs. Yeah, that warden was fucking terrible. Complete and utter douchebag.
Poor Lady Montier feels the council on her own.
What is the Inquisition playing at?
Did I talk to everybody? Can't remember. There's a crooked painting. Give me. Taking a bath. Now that you mention it, that elf hanging about the tavern does look familiar, but I can't imagine why she would have been at your cousin's wedding. Perhaps she was one of the servants attending the Duke Vernet after he slipped into the mud pond and onto that wasp's nest at the picnic maker. I'm Still not sure how that happened. I also romance Alistair most of the time. My, in this save state, I had romanced Zevran. It was completely on accident. I wasn't intending on romancing anyone, but then, like, Zevran wormed his way into my asshole warden's heart. Notes carried back and forth by Reddars, covered in different handwriting. This is unacceptable. I was to wear the red cape with the chevrons today, but no one can find it in the wardrobe, which appears to be in 5 different places at once. Send Melise to me immediately. S. I haven't seen Melise all day, Uncle. She disappeared after setting out the bedclothes last night. One of the palace maids had to help me into my luncheon dress. Alina, you let some sticky-fingered scullery wretch lace up your Montfort silk gown? Have one of the footmen look for Melise and tell him to lay a few stripes on that elf's backside when he finds her. S.
Where did the Inquisitor slip off to during the council?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Must be here.
Makes, what Sarah said earlier stick out. Did we talk to everybody? I think we talked to everybody. Right. Double check, make sure there's nothing new up here. There's nobody up here. How's it going? Time to go investigate. So much harder in High Town. Still. Do I want to bring Dorian again, or should I bring someone else? Should I bring Bull again? Let's bring someone else. Let's bring... We'll bring Blackwall and
That path wasn't there before.
The rocks didn't move themselves. They found a way to make a path.
pursue them. Can't be distracted. awaits. What this?
What's this?
That's what I just said.
Let's see where our horned friends were headed.
Where we going?
Those Canary cons have gotten far. Be ready.
Deep roads. Really? Full up.
Far away. It wants to wake up but can't remember how. No one should be here.
We need to find out what these Kunari were up to. So let's go see, shall we?
I mean, that just exploded. So...
Looks like there was a bad cave-in.
It's a thing. This paper is covered in what appears to be mathematical calculations. An extremely precise and detailed sketch of the wall has been heavily annotated with measured angles, dimensions, and several lines of text in Kunlat. Whatever conclusions were drawn about the measurements are lost. The page has been ripped, seemingly by sharp teeth, and much of the remaining paper is hidden by a hardened layer of dried blood and dust from the cave-in. Slightly disconcerting.
Look at all that. The Kunari have a huge operation here.
A lot of trouble waiting to happen.
It's a lot of shit, man.
They could bring the whole cabin down. This place isn't stable.
You can practically feel it, can't you? All that rock hanging above your head. Maker, I hate fighting underground.
You wanted to become a Great Warden?
Did you want to join the Magisters?
No, but I can't walk away from the Magisterium. There are responsibilities Oh, I see. Very clever. Look at us both taking on burdens of life, etc.
It's not so bad. One of us will spend his life fighting against howling, relentless monsters.
And you'll be fighting Darkspawn.
I know which I prefer, Pappas. The mark is glowing again.
Well, maybe the anchor can make itself useful down here.
Don't get surrounded.
I'll try. right up on me, aren't they? GTF.
Pitch black and full of monsters. Lovely.
It's what you always wanted, right? It's perfect. I saw that. Blah! Alright, welcome to your life right here. Deep roads all day, every day. You got it.
It's singing when no one can hear.
Look, someone up ahead. I think...
Stay back. Oh,
sorry.
Wait. Your hand. Are you the Inquisitor?
Odd to find a human down in the deep roads at all, let alone one surrounded by Kunari.
We don't have much time. Please, what the Vidasala is doing, you have to stop her.
The Vidasala?
She's the leader of the Kunari here. She hates magic. Her job was to study it and stop it at all costs.
Not anymore. I don't care whether you serve Fenharel or not. Someone has to stop her.
Why do the Kunari think that the Inquisition serves Fenharel?
I don't know. The Vidasala said it, and well... You're Dalish. It made as much sense as anything. We've had agents of Fenharel causing trouble all over the Crossroads. Sabotage, making spirits attack us. I assume the Inquisition was their army. That you came here because Fenharel told you to.
Who are you exactly?
My name is Jeren. Sir Jeren, once. I was a Templar in Kirkwall, until I joined the Qun.
You're Kunari?
Kirkwall was... madness. Chaos. The Kunari were like the eye of a storm. I stand for order and discipline. Protecting the innocent from magic. But this plan... it's as mad as Meredith ever was.
What do you mean? This Vidasala's not doing her job anymore?
Almost a complete reversal, actually. This place is a lyrium mining and processing center. The Kunari need it for... Have you ever heard of Sarabas? It's a mage. Except Kunari mages are much more dangerous than those among humans or elves. Even as a Templar, I'd never seen anything like the power Sarabas can unleash. And now Vidasala is giving them lyrium. A lot of lyrium. It's part of something she calls Dragon's Breath. There's more to it than that, but I couldn't find out what. The Kunari don't like it when you ask too many questions.
The Kunari can't be mining their own lyrium. It kills anyone who tries, other than dwarves.
It killed the Kunari at first. But Kunari workers have a discipline only Tranquil can match. And they're quick learners. They figured it out.
Where are we? Why are there elven mirrors in the deep roads?
This place is close to... something like a lyrium spring. The more we mine, the more there seems to be. As for the mirrors, I don't know. Maybe the elves were mining here too.
What are you doing down here?
The Kunari wanted me to teach them everything I knew about lyrium.
where it comes from, everything it can do, how we put it to use. I knew enough from my time in the Order. They figured out more. I'm not sure how. Maybe they got to the Carter.
That's not seriously the name of the plan, is it? Dragon's Breath.
You know that most Dragon's Breath destroys everything in its path, right? She said it would save the South. That can mean only one thing. An invasion. This mine is the only source of lyrium the Canari have. They're using Gatlock, the explosive powder in the round casks, to mine, so they don't have to touch raw lyrium. If you get the primers from Central Supply, you can prime the Gatlock and detonate it. The mines will go up in flames.
Once things start exploding, every Kunari down here will notice.
You're right, they will. Deep Stalkers and cave-ins will cut off reinforcements, but they'll still come when they hear trouble. You've got to find the Vidasala to end this war before it begins.
Alright.
There's no telling how bad things will get when I destroy the mine. You'd better get moving.
I will. Good luck, Inquisitor.
Let's go. We have a lyrium mine to ruin.
What a fucked up day. Like being pulled into the abyss. Pulled into the abyss. Oh. Nice. That was a little extreme. Hello! Blow this up. I did. I blew it up.
It shouldn't be. Dwarven buildings are lit by molten rock. That doesn't just go out.
This note is written in both Common and Kunlan. The letters are shaky. These walls of blue flame were cast by the agent of Fenrirel as he ran through this place, bringing chaos and destruction. Do not light fires from them. Do not go near them. Fenrirel's mage servant made them to hamper us, and they bring only death. Uh-oh. Didn't quite go through there fast enough. Lock in. Fuck you. Sit down. Stop shooting.
That doesn't sound good.
Rocks fall, everyone dies. Oh, hi. Oh, that's fine. Just pull you into the fire, it's fine.
I've lived with the Canary threat all my life. If it escalates, it won't just be Tevinter fighting them.
True.
All this lyrium. If the Canary wants it, they can make a fortune. The stones.
Excuse me? Interrupted conversation. Security. Assholes. Blow those up? No. Shooting lightning.
There's one of the mining platforms. Now we just need primers. This cavern is barely holding together.
Heh. Fuck y'all. Can't get a lock on him. I keep pressing it. Keep up. So something over here. Is that where I just was? I just went around in a circle. God damn it. To battle? Where are you? Hello. Fuck you. go, Dorian, help me. Blood. Granny! I saw somebody directly in front of me. Are they gonna come bite my butt?
What a well-oiled operation the Canary have. I think we should explode it, don't you?
Yeah. Sure did.
The things we need to make the Gatlock explode are in here? Excellent.
Oh, hi.
Room is there.
Come at me. What are you guys doing? What am I doing? You're not doing so good, sir. You should take a potion. You gonna fuck me up. Psych. Fucky. Hello, Kitten. This is kind of an intense time for you to be asking for attention. There's a lot happening right now. taking care of you. See you. Damn! How Victoria? Help me. Maybe help her. All nearby enemies are constantly burning. Jesus. It's not as good as what I have for some things, but if I put a rune on it, it will be. When I get back, then I'll equip it. Speaking of, I have the wrong belt on. Should put it in. I'm not really getting any of that. Sure, grenades, why not? That's good. That's good. Melee defense. What we got over here? Half of this message is written in an unfamiliar alphabet, probably Kunlite. The rest is common and carefully lettered by someone who is clearly struggling with the language. Thidithari Kith. The boss disruption of the Atashi Asara must be ended at once. Hera decreases with each. This line is crossed out. The Dragon's Breath must be complete. Locate and eliminate Bas Hisra. This is also crossed out. Eliminate agents of Fenhera. Time runs out. Mind if I do? Thanks. Thank you kindly. Take this.
We've got the primers. Let's go explode some Galhawk.
Hell yeah. I haven't saved it a while. Hello. don't want to buy what you're selling. What's this? Did I notice this before? Torn notebook in the Deep Road, Section 2. Missed Section 1, apparently. Many of these pages are filled with sketches of elven statues matching the ones found in the area, along with notes and what looks like attempts to practice Kunlat. They say the agent of Fen'Harel caused trouble on the Crossroads. I wish I knew. I wish whoever fights in the name of the old wolf was around to fight when the Darkspawn took my clan. Mine is not to question. I have chosen the Kun. The Kun. The Kun will protect me. Rethust, protect all. Rethodem, they all protect. Rethsam, we all protect. These statues are older than anything I saw in my days with the clan. The area is dwarven, though. What were the ancient elves doing down here? Mining? Where were the dwarves? Easier to have them mining. Not a trading post. You don't go into a friend's home, knock over their gods, and put up your own. War? Don't remember any legends about our people fighting the dwarves, though I remember my keeper telling a story about how the dwarves fear the sun because of Elgarnon's fire, a metaphor for the elves of Arlathan driving the dwarves underground. The Canary like metaphors. I should share that.
This is where they dig. Tricks and trials so the singing stones don't kill them.
Let them come. No? Maybe? Hey! No falling down. Where are you at? Hi, I see you. That's rude. Very fucking rude. Rude of you to do that, but I can't put a barrier up. Why am I the only one trying to kill this man? I think just because he's having a little sleepy time means you don't have to fight him. Not true. Come on, come running. Come find us. No? Oh, you're coming from this way. kid in the corner. I didn't put that down. He's dead. He's fucking dead. Run. Oh, hello.
Out of here and warn the others about this Dragon's Breath plan.
Hopefully before this place. Could be worse. Look at the water.
It's pretty bad. Would you kindly fuck up? I'm trying to select this music. So good. Excuse me. I object. Oh yeah, okay. Fuck all the way up. Yeah, I gathered that. Shut the fuck up. Creeping me out, which I know is the intent. that. Elf is Sikari. It is Kari. Our Templar brother is in need of re-education. He must be located and returned at once. Well, we know what that means.
Poor man. He didn't make it far.
Thought they were gonna re-educate him.
So, who gets to tell Cullen and Josephine we're probably at war with the Cure? Anyone? Ugh, they're going to kill me.
It's fine. It's probably fine.
Dragon's breath. The Kunari always enjoy their metaphors.
But what does it mean?
Who knows? Canary agents moving through Illuvians to attack the south is bad enough already.
I still do not understand why they accused the Inquisition of serving Fenarel.
We know that Mythal actually exists. It's possible Fenharel is still here in some form, too.
What you describe in the ruins certainly implies that the Dread Wolf of Elven legend is a real person.
But how does that implicate us? What made them decide that the Inquisition serves this Fenharel?
Hopefully we will learn more after we have stopped them.
Let's see the Exalted Council try to disband the Inquisition after we've saved them from this dragon's breath.
We must find out what Dragon's Breath is first. For now, our only lead is the Canary leader, the Vidisala.
Gentlemen!
My apologies, Lady Josephine. There has been an incident with one of your soldiers.
How dare you? It was bad enough that the Inquisition chose not to inform the Exalted Council of the Kunari corpse.
Ole would have been happy to help with the matter.
But now your own guards are attacking servants? You have overstepped your bounds.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention, gentlemen. I'll see to this personally.
Thank you, Inquisitor. Ole stands ready to assist the Inquisition, as always.
Secrets and lies. Do you understand why we fear your Inquisition? You act as if you're the solution to every problem. How long before you drag us into another war?
What's going on here?
The Orlesians tried to take one of our people, Inquisitor. We've secured the area.
This is the Winter Palace. You cannot simply seize control when one of your guards attacks a servant.
The Inquisition is handling this. When some noble commits a crime of fashion, you can take over.
I only asked what he was doing.
And when I refused to bow to the Inquisition's dogs, you attacked me! How would you like us to handle the situation, Inquisitor?
That barrel there, where did it come from?
I was ordered to bring wine for the guests.
You're lying.
Your Inquisition soldiers are completely out of control.
No, we're in control. Keep talking and you'll find yourself in chains.
I apologize for my guard's actions. My people will take her into custody with your permission.
As you say, Inquisitor, Lord Cyril will hear about this.
Inquisitor? I also found this by the barrel. I can't read the language.
Did you resolve the problem with the guard?
The guard is the least of our problems. Someone smuggled Gatlock barrels into the Winter Palace.
Smile, Inquisitor. There are many eyes upon us. At least now we know the true extent of the dragon's breath.
How are you still smiling?
Years of training as a bard, Inquisitor. We cannot show weakness now. Enemies could be watching, or we can let them seize idle conversation between two friends.
You think the dragon's breath is these Gatlock barrels?
Of course. A surprise attack, even through the Illuvians, would have met fierce resistance. But if everyone at the Exalted Council died in an explosion, the South would be rudderless, vulnerable to attack. This is what Corypheus should have done after the explosion at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. An attack as swift and unstoppable as the breath of a dragon.
The guard who confronted the servants said she found this note near one of the barrels. It looks like Kunari writing.
Hello, Kitty.
Let me see. I picked some up from the Iron Bull, though I'm told my accent is atrocious. These are orders for positioning the Gatlock in the palace. When duty has been performed, report to the Vidisala.
You cannot
through
get
the
in my
mirror
lap.
Marked by a
No.
bookcase.
No. You cannot.
I've been hoping to meet the esteemed Vidisala. How nice of her to invite us over.
Good. While you do that, I will have agents locate the Gatlock barrels and remove them safely. I will also send word to my foreign contacts. We must see where else this dragon could strike.
Oh boy, oh boy. Still the same shit.
It is good to see you, my friend.
That's what
I'll
thought.
see you later.
Farewell.
By you have anything
Well
new?
met, your worship.
Yeah. Barrels of Gatlock have been removed from every wing of the palace. The majority were placed at structural weak points, setting off the charges at a time when the palace was almost fully occupied, as it is expected to be during the last days of the Exalted Council, could have ended in as many casualties from falling masonry as explosives. All available agents are making constant sweeps of the palace to ensure no barrel is missed, and that the Kunari attempt no further infiltration. Oh boy, oh boy.
Wish I hadn't burned all my contacts with the Ben Hasrath. Be nice to have some idea what they're doing right now.
Yeah, but then you'd be on their side, Chief.
Yes, but I'd know things. I like knowing things.
True.
What can you tell me about the Kunari we're dealing with?
These aren't Ben Hasrath. They're specialists, working for a Vidisala. Ben Hasrath handle normal security. The Vidisala's people focus entirely on magic. They find it, they study it, they neutralize it. And they must be desperate if they're using Illuvians. I'd expect them to shatter any mirror they find.
I'll talk to you later.
Anytime, boss.
Kunari first, mixed with elves, add dwarfs. Ugh, doesn't anyone drink their booze one at a time anymore? And the elves here are still squirrely.
We'll talk later.
Count on seeing you, yeah?
What'd your note say? Dwarfy ruins now. Mirrors can get off. Kunari all over everyone's things. Who steps on their old stuff? Not as bad for dwarves as was for Dalish, maybe. Varric is fine, the undwarf. Tell Whittle, proper smart, she'll sort it. She'll add runes, make flowers and friends, smush. Elfie servants, still all weird. Felt that things feel samey thing again, but not where we were. The detailed drawing of Dagna smiling, it looks almost complete. The nose is especially life and button-like.
Hello.
Okay, good talk.
Need me for anything?
No.
Until later.
Take care.
By the side of the divine
Everything going all right so far?
Hell no!
I'll be here if you need me.
Have you seen what's been going on? What part of it do you think is going well?
Well met.
Hello.
Inquisitor?
You have nothing to tell me. Just making the rounds, seeing if anybody has any information.
I knew it was foolish to hope the Exalted Council would go smoothly.
Has all this chaos changed your mind about the future?
We must stay true to ourselves, Inquisitor, whether we fight or lay down arms. As long as we serve the people rather than our own agenda, we'll be on the right path.
Agreed.
Perhaps later, Leliana.
I'll be right here if you need anything.
This time of year, it'll be difficult to find a caravan to go all the way back home. Maybe a sea voyage. I could get captured by burly Canary pirates. That would be fun.
Another time.
I look forward to it.
Want to know all of the things. What? Where?
Make I'll be with you.
A lacquered box containing 5 pots of blush, 3 jars of lipstick, a small but sturdy hairbrush, and dozens of brightly jeweled hairpins and ribbons. A note affixed to the inside of the lid reads, "A few supplies for emergencies, my petite. Love, Mama." And they just left it in a bush? That seems uncouth. Rich people. That's a big horn. Earl Tegan. I spoke with relatives on the Arlesian side of my family, and they also don't know why the Inquisition's guards are suddenly everywhere. Everyone is nervous. Maybe now the Winter Palace won't be so sanguine about the Inquisition's forces at this council or the standing army to the east. They did say Llewellyn looks preoccupied. She has certainly spent enough time locked up with her advisors. Everyone's waiting to see what will come. Very important. Me preoccupied? What do you think of that? Going on? Anything suspicious? That looks suspicious. other than that, everything looks... But that looks weird. What's up here? Alright. Notes carried back and forth by runners, covered in different handwriting. Have you seen that magnificent creature by the gazebo? Such a powerful frame when he struts about. It's so charming seeing him behave as if he owned the place. The commander's new dog is precious as well. W. It's the lovely Lady Pentagast that caught my fancy. Make her those eyes. P. Does she ever cast them your way? Oh, as if fate would be so kind. P. Missile. No more hard in Hightown. I'm not reading any of it. None of it. Is that person over here? Yeah. I knew it was suspicious. Notes carried back and forth by runners, covered in different handwriting. If so many royals were in jeopardy, I'd say we should let the Chevaliers throw the Inquisition out of the Winter Palace. We're in accord. Their puffed-up soldiers are everywhere. One challenged me at the gate because the fool confused my house's mask with a family not even invited. How do they think they are in charge if they can't master even basic courtesies? Hell. Disgusting. I caught an Inquisition soldier in a palace guard in a fist fight. A. What happened? M. I stopped the fight, of course. We don't need this Exalted Council further out of hand. A. A terrible thought occurs. What if nothing gets decided? What happens to our wager, gentlemen? L. Make a bid. If that comes to pass, we can give the royals to that farm your sister runs for retired chargers, Leonard. At least the old war horses won't be left out in the cold. What a conundrum. But I think that is where we're going to leave it for today.